This is Melodicinvestor. My name is Antoine, and I'm here with Dominique.
What's going on, guys?
And we just decided to record a conversation we had earlier about careers and whatnot, and just life in general. So that's it. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm out here struggling in corporate America.
Just for to protect our identities, we will not our identities, but we're not going to talk about like specific companies we work for, anything like that. Just our experiences.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough out here, you know, and I'm sure a lot of people are feeling it. But the purpose of this channel and the content is to encourage you to like invest so that you don't have to work a 9 to 5.
Yep.
For the rest of your life.
Yep. Financial freedom. You're not gonna get it unless you kind of break the barriers of corporate America and kind of get up out of there. The best way is what he talks about all the time: real estate. That's number one, or just any talents that you have that you can monetize off of as your own entity. So
yeah. And you know, one of the things we talk about constantly on our conversations is I know you're currently in HVAC school.
Yep.
We're getting ready to get that going, and maybe at some point have your own business or whatnot, but working 9 to 5, 40 hours a week for 30 years, I just don't see it.
I can't see it anymore.
No.
After, I feel like, you break out the matrix. Everybody has their own coming to moment, but you break out the matrix and it's like you just can't go back to thinking that way anymore. It's very difficult too. Especially you open your mind up to different ways that you can make money and know that it's not just the way we were taught. As far as like coming up and going to college and getting a job and getting a 401k and just that route, it's not the only way to make it.
No.
It's not it's to me, it's not the best way. Nobody want to be working till they're 60.
Yeah.
Retirement, Social Security check, just a very mediocre life.
And I would say, like, for our parents and grandparents' generation, like, that made sense. That was the pathway.
That's all we knew.
Yeah, like, so I'm like an older millennial. And what generation are you in?
I'm millennial. I fall in millennial.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the cutoff.
Oh, you're the cutoff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's about a 10-year gap in between us. I'm 38.
27.
And you're 27. So
Yeah.
about 10-year gap. And even the people behind us, like your sister and stuff like that.
Yep. She's Gen Z.
Gen Z and my nieces, nephews. The idea of, and let me preface this: I don't want to bash working. Everybody has to make a living. That's just.
It's the mindset, though.
It is total mindset.
It's the mindset because, of course, you have to work. There's people who don't work and get their dream, get their business going, but it's very rare off the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
The circumstances got to be right.
Right.
But you got to fund your dream. You got to fund what you want to do, so you're gonna have to work.
Yeah, I heard it best said, like, your job is the first investor into your company.
Facts. That's facts.
So maintaining a job, being an excellent employee, and or doing the best you can. I know some jobs are harder than others, and life happens. Mm-hmm. I get it. You try your best not to drag that stuff into the office or whatever with you, but sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
Truth be told.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I know sometimes for me, like, I try to gain as much knowledge as I can, business-wise, from the jobs that I work. So, like, any skills that I can pick up on as far as how they run their company, or just the behind the scenes that most 9 to 5 people don't even think about. They just come to work, do their job. You take away different aspects from the company and kind of put that towards your company, your goal, and what you want to do, and you just gain knowledge. I mean, you got to be there anyway.
That's a good point, actually, because working in the multifamily the real estate industry for the last almost 20 years, everything that I've learned has been a direct result of working my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like learning how to read an income statement,
Yep.
Learning what, age receivables is and how that works, and learning the different nuances, and learning financing and how to read a balance sheet. Like all of those things, I would have not been in my 9 to 5, there's no way I could have learned that information. I mean, obviously we have places like YouTube University now, but to actually get the hands-on training,
you need it.
You need it. Like even what you're going into.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep, for sure. Like right now, I'm a building engineer, right? So I've been doing that for like the past 6 years or so. Started out not knowing where it was going to take me. I really just took the job because I needed the money. It was the first thing that came up. I was like, look, cool. And I actually learned tons. It gave me more perspective about what I wanted to do with it. And the more I worked in the field, I found my place. I found something that I liked, something that I enjoyed doing. I was like, okay, like, this is for me. Then after that, which that phase, was a couple years ago, and now I'm going at building engineering hard, but now it's time for the next level. I know I don't want to, do this anymore. It's getting kind of repetitive. The dynamics of the job, just as far as like the atmosphere or just things that I don't like about the 9 to 5, I kind of took that to drive me into HVAC. So I picked something that I really liked, and I focused on that. So I'm like, okay, well, I got to get my EPA to do that, and then I just I go ahead and get my I'm sorry,
you're good. No, we're getting attacked by bees out here.
Yeah. But yeah, I get my EPA, and then I take that, and now I know exactly what I want to do. Now it's more so as I have to figure out how to run a business. That's the hardest part, how to get it off the ground. Once you know what you want to do, green light. That's the hardest part, is figuring out what you're gonna do.
That's true.
To me.
But no, I agree.
Like,
once you
figure out what you're gonna do, everything else is kind of just falls in line.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that doesn't mean like it's easy. Is that you?
I think so.
Okay.
Put my phone.
No, you good. This is our first video. So we just kind of figured it out.
Yeah.
And I promise you we'll be better moving forward. But no, I mean, you make good points. Like, you kind of got to start somewhere to figure out where you're going.
Yeah.
Everybody, I hear a lot of people say, oh, I want to be a millionaire, or I want to be this and that. It's like, that's a great end goal, but you need to reverse engineer it and like figure out, okay, what's step one?
How am I going to get there?
Exactly. How am I going to get there? What's the vehicle I'm going to use to get there? Like,
and the problem is a lot of people don't want to put the work in.
No, yeah.
You're not going to become a millionaire overnight. It happens to about 5% of the entire world. We wake up and win the lottery, or you inherit some money, and 90% of us have to work.
Gotta go to work.
You want to be a millionaire? You gotta work.
Yeah, it's work and whatever else I'm doing. Like, after work, guess what? I'm going to work. And that's not that much different than running your own business anyway, because people don't realize being an entrepreneur, working for yourself,
work 24/7.
You there is no like punching a clock.
Yeah.
There is no off. Like you're gonna work 80 hours.
Yep.
So if you don't want to work 40 hours a week,
yep,
don't think you're just gonna leave your job and go hit it big
be this crazy businessman.
It just doesn't work out like that.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta have your side hustle going while you're working, keeping the lights on.
Well, because you're not gonna know how to run the business.
No. You're gonna mess up.
You're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up sooner, quicker than it even started.
That's right. Yeah.
You have to learn. There's necessary steps you have to take in order to be prepared for it. And sometimes you don't always know that you're not prepared.
Yeah, that's true. You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know.
I mean, you said this year has been like a huge year for you.
What? This year has been huge as far as just like really more so just being business minded, trying to break out of those 9 to 5 barriers, and which you would be surprised how brainwashed you can be from the 9 to
Oh
5
my God,
mindset.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
almost waking up from the Matrix and like, wow, like this is what it actually is. You kind of have to retrain your whole mindset to
Yep.
think that way.
Yep.
And working in corporate America and trying to do that at the same time
Whew.
can be a challenge.
Yep.
That could be a challenge.
It's some days you's like,
Dang.
man,
Yeah. Yep.
I gotta get up
Dang.
and I gotta do this.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Or trying to balance it. Like,
balance
let's
is
say you're
huge.
trying to get your stuff off the ground like me. Like, I'm trying to get my HVAC off the ground, but I still got to work.
Right.
So, scheduling, having the money to survive, and get all this stuff to run my business.
Investing in your business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tools are expensive.
Right. Yep.
Gas, parts, uniform when you start thinking about it, business cards, marketing, website, like
It adds
insurance,
up.
like,
Social media.
like
Yeah.
it just racks on. So it could be a challenge.
It
Be a
can.
challenge. You gotta stick in the race, man.
And it's like I said, it's a marathon. Like,
Yeah.
you're in it for the long haul. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
The fruits are better. I know there's nothing more gratifying than working for yourself, than opposed to growing someone else's net worth.
Yeah.
That being said, again, I don't want it to sound like we're like bashing on having a job.
No, I mean I have a 9 to 5 right
Yeah,
now.
right. It's like,
well, I'm trying to get out.
yeah, it's like you gotta have a job.
Yeah, you have to.
But I think don't let that be like the end goal.
And everybody's not. Don't get me wrong. Everybody's not cut out to be an entrepreneur.
No, that's a fact.
And some people don't want to be.
No.
Some people
And
rather
that's
just
okay.
that's okay. That's
That is
fine.
okay.
But for the people
You know.
who are in the 9 to 5, that you don't really know if this is for you, it's not for you. Get up out of there.
Yep.
Find a way to get up out of
Plan
there.
your strategy.
We talking to you right now.
Yeah. Plan your exit.
Yeah.
Like that's a good point, because some people are comfortable working in a 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, investing in their 401k, benefits, the whole nine. There's nothing wrong with that life.
Yep, there's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with that life. It's just make sure you act accordingly.
Yep.
You're not gonna probably have the biggest house unless you are one of those executives that just make uber amounts of money.
Yeah.
But even still, like, you
don't reach the amount of wealth you can. I don't think so. I don't think as having your own or like investing.
Ownership.
Yes.
Ownership is key. Ownership is key. In anything you do, you got to think, what's the ownership play?
Yeah.
Not everyone's cut out. And here's the other thing too. If you're not cut out to be an owner or an entrepreneur, partner up with somebody. Figure out someone who's good at the things you're not good at.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And maybe you guys can collab and bring something that the other doesn't have.
Yep.
I mean, that's what Steve Jobs and Wozniak, that's what they did. They coupled up. One was good at marketing and selling, and the other one was good at programming.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
And if you grew up in the Bay Area like I did, like, you know those stories. You know what I mean? But no, it's like to encourage you to keep going, and like, this isn't it. There's more to it.
There's more.
There's so much more to it, and the world is your oyster, man. If you really want it, you can get up and go get it.
And the information is out there.
Absolutely.
It's out there.
Absolutely. Shameless plug. You can find it on my channel.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? For myself, I only talk about things that I've done. I'm not here to hustle people and try to like sell you something I have not done.
Yeah.
I don't talk about things I have no expertise about. I will talk about the things that I've done and some of my shortcomings. You got to talk about the losses as well as the victories.
I think people appreciate that though.
Yeah, I hope so. But that was my goal. It's like just to, hey, here's what I did. Maybe someone could take something from it. I even talk to you about that all the time. But I don't know if that's the play anymore.
I know it's not for me, at least.
No, for me too. I know it's not the play.
I know. I said that's not it.
Grateful to have it. Grateful to have it,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm gonna work it until, I don't have to anymore. But when that day comes, I'll be able to focus 100% of my time on what I'm passionate about.
Yep.
You know what I mean? My business.
And I think you should be happy. I think that should be a thing.
Yeah.
You being happy while you work, if you're gonna have to work. you know.
Yeah.
Might as well be doing what you want to do.
Might as well do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you, you know. I don't know. But, yeah. Anything else you got?
No. Unless people want to hear me go on about how I hate my job.
Probably don't want to do that, especially for our first video. But
Yeah.
hey, if you like this, like it, please subscribe, and we'll do some more conversations.
Yeah, yeah.
So, all right, take care.